Alrighty, hey guys and welcome back to Remember11. I have quick saved and I am ready to choose these options. I'm not sure there's a difference in these options. Once I recognize text that I think I've already been through, I am just going to quick load, choose the other option, wait until I get to text that I know, and then I'm going to do the shortcuts. But otherwise, you can't get to this place unless you press new game. So I'm hoping it doesn't mess with my save at all. If not, if it does, I can just skip through all the text and it'll take a while. But anyway, so last time we chose Who I Wonder because Uni was asking who's behind you, and I'm like, oh, who? I wonder. This time I want to do an angel. I want to do that one last because I feel like an angel is what Uni is for reasons. But I'm still very confused. I'm not really completely sure about that after a few things that happened in the game. Like how it was actually Joichi who died and not Uni. Unless Uni is Joichi. But I don't know. Otherwise, pull the hands away. I quickly pulled the hands away from my eyes and turned around. Heaven is here. You're no fun. You're in a bad mood, huh, Oni-chan? Behind me was a boy who I've never seen before. He peeked over the back of my seat with an innocent smile on his face. Who are you again? See, that's why I wanted to play the guessing game with you. A game? You don't know? Kagome. I forgot my voice for a second there, by the way, sorry. I know the game, but... Hey, is this seat empty? He thumped the headrest of the window seat. It's empty. It's empty, right? It doesn't look like anyone else will be coming on board anytime soon. He said as he peered out of the window. I think it'll be a while until we get here. We are flying to the far edge of the Japanese islands, you know. But... whoops. I didn't read that part. I've also realized that I can actually use the percentage to find out if I've seen the whole scene. That's good. I think it'll be a while until we get there. We are flying to the far edge of the Japanese islands, you know. But I'm traveling, companionship, and life compassion. Every new meeting happens because of the spirits of priests. That's what they say, right? The spirits of priests? The boy quickly slipped into the window seat beside me. Nice to meet you. My name is Kasuda Uni. I'm 11 years old. My birthday is on October 1999. My sign is Libra. My blood type is AB. I don't know if that's a reason or not, but a lot of people tell me weird. My favorite food is escargot sauteed in butter with mushrooms. My least favorite food is gingok nut custard. What about you, Oni-chan? Defeated by his overwhelming vigor. I was unable to say anything. Then the boy without fear or reservation came up close to me. Oh, brother. I'm not really good at dealing with stuff like this. What's wrong? The boy tilted his head. I averted my gaze, looking over his shoulder instead. As I looked past the sea of clouds, the world seemed to go on forever boundless free. Yeah, that's where we are. Got it. So, now I can quick save. Quick load, I mean. And let's choose the other one. An angel. Let's see. We're above the clouds, right? So maybe an angel came to play a prank. Oh, what was that? Sounds like a kind of joke my grandfather would make. So lame. I heard a small clink. As soon as the hands covering... Yeah. Heaven is here. Hi. As soon as the hands covering my eyes were removed, I quickly turned around. Sup, good day. There was an unfamiliar boy I had never seen before. He was leaning over the backrest with an innocent smile. Sorry, Oni-chan's busy right now. I know you're bored, but if you want to play with your mama instead, okay? Mama isn't here. And how about your papa? Where's your papa seat? The boy didn't say anything and just shook his head. That means it can't be. Are you alone? This time he nodded his head. You're an elementary school student, right? Yeah. And you're traveling alone on an airplane even though you're so young. That sure is something. It's not that impressive. Even though he said that, you could tell he was quite pleased at being praised. He seemed very innocent and charming. If not for the sharp tongue I had heard earlier, I would have been under the complete influence of his childhood charms. Now then, is this charming archaic smile an attribute of his true face? Or is it just a cute facade hiding his wicked nature? Even though at my age, you'd think I could completely tell whether a kid was putting on an act or being sincere. But right now, as someone who's experienced both the sweetness and the bitterness of the world, I see in his undefiled smile a side of him that I wanted to be real. How do you? I asked the question, not quite sure when I had become so talkative. 11 is the 5th prime number. Prime number? As a liberal arts student, that expression wasn't the one that I heard often. That being said, I at least still remember the definition. A positive integer that can only be divided by the number 1 in itself. However, the number 1 itself is not included. I like prime numbers, because they only have 2 factors. Not 1, not 3, not 2. He has a big smile on his face as always. A realm that was now forever and out of reach, the ability to give an integrating smile like that, with all my might. You know, my specialties and factors are prime numbers, but rather sociology and insanity. Oni-chan's age isn't a prime number, is it? He said that suddenly. Oni-chan's is 20, right? How did you know? I wonder. He's mischievously tilted his head for me to see. I'm Kisuda Uni. Let's try to get along, okay? He rested his chin on the headrest behind me and stuck his hand out. I shook it. His palm was very small. It fit surprisingly well into my own palm, as if returning a missing fragment to its rightful place. Oh? Interesting. There's another 5% though. Is that 5% for something in particular? I can't breathe. I remember this point. But yeah, I used my other hand to shield my eyes from the wind and snow. Oh right, okay, so we're up to this part now. That's weird. That is very weird. So there's an extra 5% that I haven't gotten yet. How? I've gotten all the choices. That's weird. Doesn't really matter to me, but yeah. Alrighty. So, I'm going to go to the start of the game, and I'm basically going to quick load at each option and choose the one that I haven't chosen, and keep on doing that until I have got 100% on the thingamajiggy, or I've just chosen all the choices, because if it's going to be like the first scene that I just did, there might be an extra that I can't get, maybe because I haven't bet the game yet, but I don't know. Or maybe when we play as Satoru, there's a scene that we get to see. I don't know. Otherwise, let's get into it. I'm not going to jump cut, by the way, I'm just going to fast forward through it all, just in case. In the blossom of motherhood. So this one already has 100%. But I'm not going to skip to the next one, because obviously, each beginning, middle, and stuff like that have its own area, like this one. This has 58%. So we need to find the multiple choice area right here. We already did investigate the doors. Let's go down the stairs first this time. First of all, I will quick save. Down the stairs this time. I opened the door. Wait, what? Oh, good. I was about to say. Wait. No. No. So going down the stairs automatically puts me into the next area. I don't want to do that. I went to see if I could go out the main entrance. The door didn't have a knob or any sort of handle attached. It must be an automatic door, but a very peculiar one, unlike any I've ever seen before. It's made of some sort of metal, but that's about all I can make out of it. I wonder how thick it is. It seems to be so sturdy that a shell shot from a tank would have a little chance of taking it down. I stood in front of the door. What spread out in front of me when it opened was an image of hell in black and white. In the whirling plumes of snow, countless snowflakes were madly racing past each other. As I thought, the sparkling particles of light I'd seen through the window earlier were indeed crystals of snow, but I had no idea that it was coming down this hard. All that was reflected in the eyes were the countless white particles and the darkness between them. It was already impossible to see anything more than a few meters away. The harsh freezing wind felt as if it would blow through me. The cheeks and neck felt as though they were being cut by countless shards of glass. It became impossible to breathe. The chilly air was so intense that I could feel my lungs and trachea choking on it as it made its way through them. I felt that if I stayed here for even 3 seconds more, I would surely die. I'm pretty sure that wasn't even an exaggeration. Panic-stricken, I turned and started back towards the building. It was nice and warm inside. That was the kind of warmth that a human could survive in. Whew, I breathed a sigh of relief. The thundering roar of wind was so loud that it could be clearly heard even indoors. I hadn't noticed the sound of it until now, but that's probably because my mind had been preoccupied with other things. Anyway, I doubt anyone could be outside in this kind of weather. Except for the truly curious or adventurous. There's just no way anyone would venture out into the middle of the snowstorm. Now that I've caught my breath, I decided to explore the other parts of the facility. Maybe I should take a look downstairs next. I went down the staircase beside the kitchen. Ether will go. Okay, so let me quick load again. I want to see something. Okay, 92%. Interesting. Let me do this. Was there a multiple choice? Okay, yeah, okay. So if you go into the bedroom, and then you can actually choose another one. I'm going to see if I can get through the main entrance. The door didn't have a knob or any sort of handle. Be an automatic door. Yeah, it's going up. I keep on checking this, by the way, because I'm waiting to see if I'm actually advancing the scene properly, or if it's just repeating. It's made of some sort of metal, but that's about all I can make out of it. Wonder how thick it is. It seems to be sturdy, that a shell shot from a tank would have a little chance of taking it down. Stood in front of the door. Okay, so we got 100% now. I do want to go back to... I do want to go back to the new game. Oh. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Let me go back here. Okay, good. It actually did save in the end though, so that's... Ooh, I got scared there. But what's the point of the save thing then? I clicked it again, now I'm annoyed at myself. Okay, I want to go back here. Because there is the choice at the start, but I don't remember, but there might be a choice later on, and that's where I'll get the extra 5%. So an angel, just for the sake of it. Not really any needing thing to it. I don't know though if there will be an extra thing. I don't think so though. The A and the W. Okay, so let's go back. I'm gonna do each option and see if one of them comes up with a new option. Because they're different dialogue options, so they might. Oh. Yep, a feather. I got 97% now. This was in my hair, yet it was in the back of my head. I wonder why a feather would be there. Oh, maybe... Maybe it's because the angel version and Oh I Wonder version has him explain her... No. Yeah, what I was trying to say, I'll explain it in a better way though. The top one doesn't have him explaining her age until afterwards, I think. Hey, that's do. Honestly, it's very hard trying to figure out which ones I've seen and which ones I haven't. I'm gonna see something. So this. Skip mode. All messages. Conditions for when skip mode can take effect. What's the button for skip mode? Because I'm using control, but I'm not sure if that's counted as skip. Oh, that's skip mode. Okay, that actually helps a lot. Space is skip mode. Thank you, game. That actually helps a shit ton. Cool. So now I'm gonna go back to the title and go back to where I was up to before. God, this is actually gonna take a lot longer than I originally thought, but now it might actually take a little shorter. Yeah. Go away. So that's 100%, so I may as well just go down the stairs. Can't handle them. Really can't handle them. This is about the rats, by the way. If I ran across one in a place like this, it'd probably faint right away. I made it my priority to get away from this place. Before I could finish climbing the stairs, I felt someone's presence. And as I glanced out from the kitchen, I saw the figure of a girl sitting silently in a dining chair. Okay, cool. It's no use playing dumb. It's no use playing dumb. I know what you did. I know about the incident at Azumi. Even though your photo wasn't publicly released like most of the other criminals, I know what you did. How should I say this, I was in a report that was only released to parties directly involved with the incident. A friend lent it to me as a favor. Actually, was doing that even illegal. But I was very curious about the details of the incident. And by now I know everything there is to know about you. When and where you were born, what kind of environment you were brought up in, what you've done up until now, all of it. Of course, I also know that you have no sisters, so there's no use playing innocent with me. There's no way in hell I could mistake you for anyone else. My words jumped out quickly, one after the other, tumbling and stumbling as my fear pushed them out of my mouth. I turned my attention to her face, looking for a reaction, but Inubishi Kaikero just kept looking at me with her mouth. She didn't even look at the least bit flustered. She tilted her head as if in wonder, gave me a quick glance and averted her eyes. She then threw me a second glance, and at that moment, as if having lost her temper, the girl stood up forcefully. She turned my way and started walking vigorously towards me. Okay, so we've already seen this part. Did you hit the skip button? The door was to the right of the main entrance, the closest to me. Thingamajiggy. Okay. So then, cool. Okay, so this is 85%, meaning I get a choice later on. Don't say anything. So there was no way for me to come up with a surefire comeback. What would it take for him to realize that I am Fuyukawa Cocoro? I couldn't quite make out Yuni's expression at the moment. Well, it's nothing. It took all I had just to mutter that. Yuni tilted his head curiously. His nonchalant gesture made my chest tighten and my heart feel another short, constricting burst of pain. I couldn't endure any more of this. I couldn't stand here anymore. I turned my eyes away from Yuni and spoke. Well then, I'll be off now, alright? I'm sorry for barging in here all suddenly. But I was happy to see you. Leaving with those words, I stood up. As I did, I saw something as good as a mirror in front of me. I could see it through the curtains. Darkness reigned outside, so the beautifully polished glass had nothing to show but the reflections of the objects inside the room. Of course, the walls, the lighting, and the furniture were not the only things that could be seen there. My own appearance was faintly floating in a painting hazily in the darkness. Huh? I thought that maybe I was hallucinating. Closed my eyes and opened them again, but what I had first thought was an illusion didn't want to disappear from the slick glass for surface. A cold sweat ran through my back. I wanted to scream, but something was stopping me. It felt as if something was stuck inside my throat. Panically, I hastily tried to reaffirm what I had seen. I was wearing clothes I didn't recognize. Yep, okay, so we've done that. Cool. So this one's 88%. I'm probably going to split this into multiple episodes, just getting every single choice, because I want to be able to get this before I go into Satoru's. So, 88% because I haven't talked to the woman. Try talking to the woman. Excuse me? Don't trust her, she's a chocolate stealer. No response came from her. She didn't even try looking at me. Remaining silent, she brought the cup to her lips. The steel cup wrapped in her two hands were rattling and shaking. Must have been from the cold. Excuse me, are you listening? I tried one more time, but yet again got no response. It seemed that I was being ignored. I turned my face to the man and decided to ask him a question. His hands were placed deep in his back pockets of his trousers, his head slightly bowed. With nothing else to do, I started talking. Who are you? Who are you? Hey, have you forgotten about me already? He folded his arms, appearing frustrated. Didn't I tell you my name just now? Just now? What do you mean? I waited for him to quite continue. Are you sure you're feeling okay? What do you mean? No, how should I say this? What I'm about to say may be rude, but you... He raised one of his eyebrows, drawing my eye momentarily before continuing. You're acting kinda strange. Huh? Don't be mad, okay? A while ago, you were saying all these kinds of weird things. All of a sudden, you started spouting nonsense, acting violently, screaming and pausing for a long time while speaking. And now you're all gentle and everything. Well, with the shock of what happened, I wouldn't be surprising if you suffered a decent amount of mental damage. Okay, so I get a choice later on then. I'm sorry, but can I ask you one more question? Your name. You said you just told me a while ago, but... He sat down at the table across from me. His mouth was open and he was laughing. So what is he so funny exactly? I didn't quite understand why he was laughing, but I didn't really mind it, as his laugh didn't seem to at least bit ill-intentional. Guess it's no surprise, all things considered. It's actually pretty amazing that we're having somewhat a normal conversation like this. From his jacket pocket, he took out a creased and crumpled up cigarettes along with a silver lighter. Okay, so that's all 100% now. Youth personality development is 92%. I wanted to know why Uni was here. Why was Uni in a place like this? It bothered me, but well, it felt rather trifling and insignificant. He was safe, that was all that mattered now. With the end of the long hug nowhere in sight, the small doubt that had sprouted in the corner of my mind slowly faded away. I forgot everything, becoming intoxicated with his warmth, as he continued to soak in the happiness for our reunion. Cool. I'm left-handed. Okay. So... I'm gonna quick save here, because it's one of those multiple choice ones. Talk to Yomogi. I talked to Yomogi. Hey, Yomogi-san. The four of us are the only ones here, right? Yeah, I think so. Why do you ask? Then are the other passengers? Yomogi looked at the white window and took a long drag on his cigarette. Slowly exhaling smoke, he wipes a hand across the white cloud at his window. That's right. Now that you mentioned, there's something we have to talk about, Yukidoh-san. And there's that. So, quick load. Talk to Uni. Talk to Uni. Hey, Uni. Yes? The four of us are the only ones here, right? Oh, yeah, I guess. Then are the other passengers? Uni's face darkened. The room has become shrouded in silence once again. Uni looked down for a second, then back up and began opening his mouth. You see, that's... I'll take it from here. Yomogi cut into the conversation. That's right. Yomogi takes a puff of his cigarette. As you mentioned, there's something we have to talk about, Yukidoh-san. Okay, there we go. That's 100% for that one. It's only the first one that I can't get the extra 5% on. And I think... This is just a theory, but I think something's going to happen at the end of the game that involve us going back. Because they call it shortcuts. And I feel like that's a term that's going to come up in the game. Like... maybe what we call personality exchange is actually someone forcing our personalities to go to different times. And maybe they allow us to go to the start where the plane was going to crash and we change something. I don't know. And that will be the extra 5% maybe, I don't know. Escape reality. one have 100% on it? Yeah, it does. Seven 16 p.m. I remember that scene. Ugh. Falling into autism, 98%, so there's probably something I didn't do. I won't eat it after all. I thought I'd try them out, but I remember that we only had 4 days worth. We have to value them all. Put the biscuits back into the cardboard box. Cool. That's 100%. I just realized that scene, when we change, it changes over time. Because I was looking at the words that appear, and it says our names, and it says self in the between of them, but I remember later in the game another line appears before self. Like, what is, or something like that. I couldn't read properly. Okay, how much is this? It's 99%. Try getting angry. The man got angry and glared at me. It's a little scary. This can't be. Okay, cool. Oh, isn't that when we had to drop our pants and everything? But over my eyes, I was looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. I'm glad that they made the speed up, the skipping, very fast. It's very helpful. Leave through the front entrance. Yeah. The entrance didn't have anything that could be used as a handle. Must be an automatic door, but a very peculiar one, unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's made of some sort of metal, but that's about all I can make out of it. I wonder how thick it is. It seems to be so sturdy that a shell shock from a tank would have a little chance of taking it down. Stood in front of the door. What spread out in front of me when it opened was an image of hell in black and white. In the whirling plumes of snow, countless snowflakes were madly racing past each other. It was a terrible storm. Reflected in my eyes were only the countless white particles and darkness between them. It was already impossible to see anything more than a few meters away. The harsh, freezing wind felt as if it would blow through me. My cheeks, my neck felt like they were being cut by countless shards of glass. It became impossible to breathe. The chilly air was so intense that I could feel my lungs and trachea choking on it as it made its way through them. I felt that if I stayed here for even 3 seconds more, I would surely die. I'm pretty sure that wasn't even an exaggeration. Panic-stricken, I turned and started back towards the building. It was nice and warm inside. That was the kind of warmth that a human could survive in. Phew! I breathed a sigh of relief. The thundering roar of wind was so loud that it could be clearly heard indoors. I hadn't noticed the sound of it until now, but that's probably because my mind had been preoccupied with other things. Anyway, I doubt anyone could be outside with this kind of weather, except for the truly curious or adventurous. Adventurous, that's just no way anyone would venture out into the middle of the snowstorm. In front of the main entrance, Satoru was waiting. For some reason, she was following me around with a small rapid steps. I wonder what's up. Sumi and Uni were drinking tea while making idle chatter. It might have been because my body had been chilled, but I really wanted something warm to drink. Besides that, I wonder how these two can be talking with such a calm atmosphere. This place is an institution to keep the mentally ill in isolation, after all. The pair of them didn't seem to have any intention of stopping my aimless wandering. No, they might want to stop me after all, but I can't be sure. Now then, what should I do? It seems that the only remaining places to check out are the two of the four doors in the room. As I face away from the main entrance, there are two inner rooms. I investigated the room on the left-hand side. Satoru didn't follow me. My gait slightly unsure, I walked in the direction.